What's going on YouTube? It's GadgetsBoy and I'm sitting in the Audi Q7. So this is a 2016 Audi Q7. I think this is the second car video this week. So you guys are blessed to get another car video back to back from the Ford Kuga and then this. So what's going on is I went to the launch of the, sorry, I'm just going to press this button here. Yeah, so I went to the launch of the Audi Q7 a while back. And since then I've been looking for an excuse to actually drive it again and actually take it for a spin and have a go in the car really. So I'm moving house very soon, and I thought, okay, this is a good excuse to test drive this in terms of checking out the space in the car, see how it feels on road with a load of stuff in the boot and stuff like that. So I did that anyway. So I've had this car for like nearly a week, and I think I'm in a position to come back to you guys and say what the car's like, what it feels like to drive and stuff like that. So this is a 3-litre TDI engine, so it's quattro as well, as standard. So 4-wheel drive, you know, the Audi style. And what else is there? So this is like 272 brake horsepower, does 0 to 60 in under 7 seconds, depending on what mode you've got it in and stuff like that. So when I say mode, drive select, you can select different drive modes. So you can go efficiency, you can go for efficiency, you can go dynamic, you can go off-road, you can do all-road. I'll show you guys all that in a second when I show you guys inside of the car. We're going to do this a bit backwards. So usually I normally start outside, showing you guys what the car looks like on the outside. But with the Q7, although it looks nice outside, I think everything's on the inside about this car. Besides the engine, obviously, for driving and things like that. So this has got air suspension. So when you're driving it on road, it feels really nice. It feels smooth. When you go over bumps, you can still feel the odd speed bumps and stuff like that, but mostly very smooth. Especially on the motorway, this thing drives really nicely. It just feels like you're gliding on air. It's just so smooth. I can't even think of the word to describe how smooth the driving experience is in the Q7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the camera around and just show you guys the inside here and the tech and stuff for the driver side and, you know, even passenger and all that stuff. So here we are. So again, I'm recording this on the Huawei Mate 9. I thought it did well last time, audio wise, and even video quality as well. So I'll do it again. Unfortunately, I can't record in 4K just because you can't export or edit 4K videos just yet until they release the update for that with the codec and stuff. But anyway, so first thing you see there is that screen there. So that's a 8-inch, 8.3 I think, but just around 8-inch of display there. So that's your sat nav, and all your multimedia information goes on there for when you're driving, and you can also hide it as well. So by pressing this button here, you can just get that to slide back into place so you don't see it, in case you don't want to be distracted and stuff. And I'll show you something else in a minute. So even though you hide that, you can still see some information as well as the driver. So I think that would affect the passengers more than anything else if you hide it. And then if you go down here, you see some buttons here. So you got your drive select. So when you press this drive select here, this is where you get to see the options available. So like I was saying there, you got lift, off-road, all-road efficiency, comfort, auto, dynamic, and individual as well. And under the individual settings, you can then press this dial here. You can go right. Let's just go back to that. You can go right and then start tweaking things. So you can do like engine, gearbox, auto, air suspension, acceleration, and all that stuff. So you can put that into dynamic or comfort mode depending on what you prefer for each things. So that's how it is. So you can go into that and individualize the settings. So you've got your own drive mode for what really suits your need. And then if you go back here, you got the usual auto start stuff button. You know, when you're doing like hill climb stuff, you can do that to park. That's the one I pressed earlier to hide the display. And then here's your climate control. So you got your climate control system there, so the passengers can control theirs on that side, and you can control yours on this side. You can put that into eco mode. You got heated seats in this one. And one thing I really like about this area here, if I just turn that on, is every time you hover your finger over the buttons here, each menu options would sort of move and wiggle to let you know that you are about to do something to that menu option. So when I do that, you can see that move. If I do that again, that moves. So I like that sort of like mini interaction going on there. Although it's nothing major, but it's good to have, especially when you're driving and you don't want to look down. You just want to have a quick glance. So when you do that, you can just have a quick glance and go, oh yeah, it's recognized my finger there. And that's that. So that's really nice. Just gonna power that off because the fan's a bit loud. And if you come back down here, this is your touchpad, so you can use that to write stuff. Especially when you're using the sat nav, you can easily use that to write a postcode, for example, or destination of where you're going. And then you got your menu option, which works on each function that you've got here. So when you go to sat nav, you can press menu to see what options are available, telephone, radio, media to see what options are available. You got a back button there. Again, this is used for going to the left and right options. So if I just get closer here, so that's your right option there, that little plus sign, and that's your left option. So if you press that, that would affect the left option there. What I also like about this is that you got the number there. I don't know if it's something to like, but you got the numbers there for your station and your storage. So if you store BBC One Extra there, you press that and that will take you to BBC One Extra. Again, when you press that, it activates that as your touchscreen option. So I'm not even pressing anything yet. I'm just hovering over the button there and that changes, that updates over there, that activates over there, which is really good. You got your cup holders there, you got 2 of them. Again, big car, spacious. The leg room is insane as well. It's so good. Look at the passenger side leg room, excuse the dirt. You got leather seats there, which on the driver's side, I'm not sure about the passenger side. I haven't tried it there yet. I haven't sat on that side yet. But on this side, this here folds in as you start the engine and get in, which you can also adjust as well. So if it's too tight for you, you can adjust it so it sort of goes back out and forwards, and that adjusts as well. That goes up, forwards and backwards, and goes up and down as well. And then you got your automatic gearbox. I believe this is an 8-speed automatic gearbox, Tiptronic. And then you got your options there as usual. You got your auto start stuff that you can turn off, and your electronic handbrake. You got a paddle shift, so you can go manual. You can manually adjust your speed as you go on. And then you got your drive assist stuff there and lane assist, which is really good. I hope I'm calling that the right thing in terms of the technical official terms for this. What that does is when you're on the motorway, besides just seeing, like, as you can see on the heads-up display there, you can see the speed limit here and what speed you're going at, and the lane there, you can see that lane thing there. So if you adjust that, it comes on, and then you can press it to adjust speed. You can set distance as well for the car in front of you, between you and the car in front of you. So what happens is when you drive in, the car sort of helps you with the steering control. So for example, if you're about to change lane without indicating, it'll sort of pull you back to sort of wake you up just in case there's a mistake, that you're going in the wrong lane or you're drifting off. Maybe you're falling asleep on the motorway. Please don't do that. So that happens. And then also, if you take your foot off the pedals whilst you're driving on the motorway, for example, it'll slow down at the right distance between you and the car in front of you, and it'll do that safely as well. It feels really safe. For a big car, it feels really safe to do that on the motorway, and you can actually trust it. Although, don't put total control in the hands of the car, so to speak. Still put your hands on the steering, be alert, and also I can imagine that you can only recognize cars. I haven't tried it with human beings, so as you can imagine. So again, don't fully rely on it. So always have your guard on and be vigilant and put your hands on the steering at all times. And then on this side here, this is where your light controls are. I'm not even going to go through that right now. It's just standard stuff. And then that's for your heads-up display settings, so you can adjust the height as it goes up and down. And then you got your memory settings there for your seats, which is really good. This is electric seats to control the seats, so it's really cool. Back here, you got a wireless charging pad. So again, I've got my S7 Edge here. If I pop that in there, that will start charging my phone as long as I've got the engine on and so on. And then here you've got your USB port and auxiliary as well. Actually, yeah, so you can see it's charging now. It's just lit up. And then it also tells you on the display as well when it starts charging. So here, if you go to media, you can see what options are available. You got DAB, you got Bluetooth, you got Connect, you got all sorts of options there for media. So in fact, let me go through Bluetooth. You got wireless. What else is there? You got media from the internet. Activate Wi-Fi to do that though. You got SD card. The SD card stuff are in the glove box. You got 2 of them. You got auxiliary there, and yeah, and then radio as normal, DAB and stuff. And then you got telephone to make your phone call and stuff. Sat nav as normal, and that's your display. So what I meant by when you hide this, it only really affects this, guys, is when you come here, this is a 12-inch or 12.7, I can't remember the exact point, display there. So this is dynamic display, Audi system there, and you can change view by pressing this button, so you can get a better view of what's priority to you, and then using this button here, you can go across. So going across will take you through that top options there. So you got, at the moment, you got your travel data there, and you can go to media, you can go to your telephone entry, you can go to maps, and that's it. So if you go to maps here, you can change the view so that it goes smaller or it goes bigger. And then you get some instructions through there as well to tell you what's coming up and where you can turn left or you can turn right. Again, you get your left and right options there. So again, it just takes that display from there and puts it over there for the driver. So the driver would always have their own display, and that's important. And you've also got your heads-up display there for speed and stuff, so you can keep your eyes on the road essentially. And then other luxury in this car, you got panoramic roof. Let me just focus that in. Thanks, mate 9. So yeah, so you got a panoramic roof, which you can open up the blind, or you can open up the actual roof itself, so you get some air. Especially when the weather's nice, you can do that. So I'm not gonna open that, but I can open the blind though. Let's just open that. It's not the quickest, it's not the slowest, it's just about right, and that's what you need. You're not in a rush when you do stuff like that. So you can see the back seat there, really big space. And what's also good as well is you've got extra space at the back. So there's 2 extra seats at the back that you can lift up. But I've got that down at the moment. Again, I was moving house and stuff. The space in the back and the boot is really big as well. So what I'll do now is I've talked enough about it inside of the car. We'll just go outside and I'll just show you guys what it looks like. Here you are. So you can see the big wheels there. It's eye off the ground as well. So if I'm standing next to this, I'm just about as tall as the car, so you can see how big it is. So again, look at the rims there. This is ink blue. That's the official name for the color. Although it looks a bit black done with fold, it looks more blue, especially when you get the sort of like the hint of reflection that comes off of it every now and then. So you got your lights there, got that big grille there. If you see this in your mirror on the motorway, beware, it kind of feels a bit intimidating. So you got this washer as well that sort of comes out and washes the headlights for you. Again, just got the nice Quattro trim going on there. It's got the Quattro there. You got your keys here. Let me just show you guys the keys as well. You can use it to open the boot, lock it. It's nice and simple, nothing ridiculous. And you can see the back there as well. You can see how big it is. Big car, big. I've had to sort of move back as well as I was filming this, just to show you that. Let's have a look at the boot. So to open the boot, you just press that to unlock, and then you can just push that, and the boot knows that you wanted to open it upwards, and that's the size of the boot. You can see how big that is. You can fit a lot in there. So if I just unlock this, get a better view, so you can see how big this is. You got some buttons there for locking the boot and stuff, and raising the car suspension. So again, if you're going to be towing another car, for example, you can use that to control that kind of stuff. And this is to raise the seats up and down. So that's the 2 extra seats that you can have. So if you've got a big family and you want to put extra people in, you can do that. Or you can fold it down so you got more space in the boot, and you got your cup holder there as well. But once you raise that seat up, you get less space. So you can imagine you then get from there to there. But again, the headroom's high, so you can still fit quite a bit in there as well. So this feels nice on the road, not too fast, but quick enough as well. It reacts very well. Good torque. Again, to close it, you just press that, and that just shuts itself. Get in the back seat. There we go. Double lock. So you can see the space there. Good leg room. Even with my sitting position, you still got decent leg room for comfort to drive long distance. This is the back. Climate control. Again, climate control for the guys at the back, so they can control their temperature and stuff like that. So guys, that's the Audi Q7, the 2016 Audi Q7. So I've talked about what's on the outside of the car very briefly, because I believe there's more in the car than there is on the outside to talk about. And I hope you guys like it. Do let me know what you guys think. Again, this is the Huawei Mate 9 in action. Drop a comment below, let me know what you think of the audio, the video quality. Yeah, let me know what you guys think of the car. Would you get one? It's actually not that expensive. If you're in the market for a nice family car, but also a car that you can drive by yourself without having to feel like you need to carry people all the time. It's great. Parking is not an issue as well. Again, there's no rear camera though. You can pay to have that as an extra thing, and also self-parking as well. You can pay to have that as an extra. But without that, you got parking sensors, so that's just about enough to get you to park and make sure that you don't hit something while you're parking. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. I shall see you guys in the next one. Give it a like, subscribe, and I'm on Twitter at GadgetsBoy. See you in the next one.